All right, so here's module 4. Listen, it's gonna be quick and easy on this one. You ready? Isn't it easier if you have a flashlight when you're out walking in the night? It sure beats walking in the dark with no light at all. So what advice does, it kind of lights your path. It shows you how to make the unbelievable believable. Because here's the problem with Denver, is your big, hairy, audacious goal that we call Denver's, right? Seem impossible. They just seem impossible until they become possible. How do you do that? Again, you do it with advice. You do it with advice. I do this every day because a lot of times I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll go find people who do know and I'll ask them. And I'll ask them for all the directions in life and in whatever that Denver is. See, if we had the directions, if you're trying to create, let's say, a cool meal and you're just winging it, it's probably gonna taste like crap. But if you have directions on how to, a teaspoon of this and a cup of this and an ounce of that, it'll come together and be a magical meal. That's what advice does. Advice gets you the directions in order to go out and actually achieve your Denver, and it makes your Denver go from being unbelievable to believable. Here's an example, and I have so many, but here's just a quick and easy one for you. I have a lot of young people, especially women, that would love to be a sideline ESPN reporter, think it's really cool, and I'm sure it's pretty cool. Here's the deal. How do you do that? Because that looks like that's for other people. It's not for me. I don't know how to do it, ESPN reporter. How do you do that? Well, here's how you do it. You show up at a game, you find an ESPN reporter, as uncomfortable as that might be for you, but it gets back to, what are you willing to do to get what you've always wanted? See, that's what it comes down to, is they are all people who put their pants on one leg at a time. And that ESPN reporter, that CEO, that whoever it is in your life that you would love to be, at some point, they were a young, unemployed person trying to figure out their life. And all you've got to do is ask them for their advice. They will love you for asking. It doesn't matter what their position is or what's going on in their life. They will be thrilled that you want their advice because it's flattering. And then all you got to do is say, listen, I simply need to know, again, the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you could go back in time, would you still be doing this? Because a lot of times, even an ESPN reporter might sound cool, but when you hear what they do for their job and the constant travel and all the problems that ensue with it, it might not be as sexy as you think it is. But let's find out. How about that? How about you find out? I would say to this person, walk me through once you graduated college. What were the steps you took to get where you are right now? i.e. the directions. You're getting the recipe. And then it's going to be up to you to decide if you want to mix them all together and make that for you. Because once you've heard it all, you might be thinking, maybe this isn't for me. It might not taste like I think it does, or I don't like all the travel, or I don't want this or that. But how about you simply ask and tell me, how did you get here? What was the path you took? You will be shocked at how happy they are that you asked and how much information they give you. They won't shut up. They'll be telling you all their story because people love to tell their stories. The problem is no one ever asks. So if you want to create light on your path, instead of walking in the dark, go find people and start asking them for their advice on how they did what they did. How did they get where they got? And trust me, once you start smearing all that all over you, the magic will ensue. And once you get the directions in life, it's pretty much easy to make that meal. That's module 4.